Belliinghamster, what are you reading?
I'm reading about a magnificent altarpiece in Colmar, Alsace, France. It is called the Isenheim Alterpiece. Did you hear that?
I didn't hear anything. Let's do a Google Earth hamster visit.
Excellent idea, Marian. Shall we get ready?
Okay.
Hang on. Google Earth. Destination, Colmar, Alsace, France.
Wow, how picturesque. This looks more like Germany than France.
This region has an interesting history. Let's find a place to sit down and do some research. This is Grande Rue, or Main Street of Colmar. The River Loche runs through the historic district on its way to the Rhine. Alsace is a cultural and territorial collectivity in eastern France, on the west bank of the Upper Rhine, with Germany to the east and Switzerland to the south. With a population of 2 million people, the Alsatian culture is characterized by a blend of German and French influences. We'll go to Wikipedia and search Alsace history. The legions of Julius Caesar conquered this region in 1 BC. The Alemanni, a Germanic people, invaded in the 5th century CE. It was conquered by Clovis in 496 and became a Frankish duchy. Under Merovingian rule, the area was Christianized and colonized. It was united with the German territories of the Carolingians in the 9th century CE. And was part of the Holy Roman Empire until the 17th century CE. During the reign of Louis XIV, the region came under French rule. In 1871, the Germans defeated France in the Franco-Prussian War. The region was annexed and came under German rule. The Great War began in 1914 with the invasion of the German army into France and Belgium. After Germany's defeat in World War I, the Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, returned Alsace to France. Just over 20 years later, Germany invaded France in World War II. Alsace was restored to France after the defeat of Germany in 1944. So Alsatians were at times citizens of France, sometimes citizens of Germany. Now let's find a restaurant for an Alsatian lunch. Okay, what is a popular Alsatian dish? Sauerkraut. Makes sense to me. What language is spoken in Alsace? The Alsatian language is of Germanic origin and is a mix of German and French. Older people and rural dwellers still speak Alsatian.
Bonjour, monsieur et madame.
Bonjour, bonjour. Do you like the choucroute? C'est très savoureux. Okay, it's time for us to find the Musée Unterlinden. On our left is the convent St. Catherine, This is the 13th century chapel that is now a part of the museum. Look, a section of an old boat canal. It looks like the museum is closed. It says Hamsters door. Let's try it anyway. This is a statue of Martin Schongauer, an artist and engraver in 15th century Colmar.
Wow, what a beautiful inner walkway and courtyard.
Let's find out more about this museum. Okay, Google search Unterlinden Museum. The Unterlinden Museum is a beautiful blend of medieval and modern art and architecture. Established in 1849 in the buildings that once housed the Dominican Sisters Convent in the 13th century, it now houses the Isenheim Alterpiece in the chapel, and in the cloister, archaeology, medieval art, decorative arts, and regional history. From 2012 to 2015, new facilities were added that included the piscine, once a public swimming pool that now houses an event venue and a restaurant. And a new building, the Ackerhof, named after the convent's farm. It presents 20th and 21st century art. Spiral staircases lead underground to the gallery where museum history, 19th and 20th century art, and decorative arts are shown. It connects to the Ackerhof.
Wow, I'm ready to see this amazing place.
Me too. We will leave the best for last, the Isenheim Alterpiece. Did you hear that? Nope. The medieval art collection is remarkable. Yes, some exceptional works you should see are notably the Virgin and Child of Niedermorschwer, Alterpiece by Colmar artist Martin Schongauer. Alterpiece for the Collegiate Church of St. Martin. This modern spiral staircase leads to the underground gallery of 19th and 20th century art. Very cool. 19th and 20th century art is featured in the new underground gallery. Some artworks that should not be missed. Valley of the Creuse at Sunset by Claude Monet. Landscape in Normandy by Pierre Bonnard. And Bust of a Seated Woman by Pablo Picasso. And this sculpture titled Don Doudou Bazar by Jean Dubuffet. This staircase leads to the Ackerhof.
What an impressive gallery space.
Temporary shows and exhibitions are held here. Let's go outdoors so we can see this building's exterior. The stark facade is hand-broken bricks with a few lancet windows and a copper roof. We can go through the restaurant to get to the piscine.
What an elegant space.
This was once Colmar's public swimming pool. It now serves as a venue for events and ceremonies. This is Unterlinden Square. An old boat canal had been paved over, but was exposed as part of the recent renovation. The underground art gallery can be seen through windows in this small house.
Okay, Belliinghamster, let's go see the Isenheim Alterpiece.
Do you hear that? Sorry. Oh yes, Marian. It's in the chapel. Follow me. Before we enter the chapel, I have a question. What is your obsession with this altarpiece? In one word, Grunewald. Mathias Grunewald was one of the most innovative painters of the Northern Renaissance. Born in Würzburg, Germany in 1475 to 1480, died in Halle, Germany, 1528. Only 10 paintings and 35 drawings by Grunewald are known to exist. His expressive style of painting and imaginative use of color gave his scenes and religious parables an amazing intensity. His contemporaries included Albrecht Dürer and Lucas Cranach the Elder. Grunewald was commissioned by the Antonite Monastery in Isenheim, Alsace, to create paintings to supplement the sculptural altarpiece by Nicholas Hagenauer in the hospital chapel. Hagenauer completed the altarpiece in 1505. So Mathias was commissioned to begin work on the panels around 1512, no? Yes, he was asked to paint 9 winged panels to portray parables of Christ and the patron saint Anthony. Let's go in! I can't wait to see it. There's that music again. Oh yeah, I hear it. The Heavenly Choir. Oh good, I thought I was losing it.
That is so awesome.
Amazing!
Grunewald painted with oil and tempera paint on limewood panels. They are so luminous.
The 9 images on 12 panels were arranged on double wings to present 3 views according to the season or occasion.
Can you imagine the effect this remarkable altarpiece had on the sick and dying patients in the monastery hospital back then?
I imagine it gave them comfort from their ordeal. The Antonite monks opened the hospital to care for the sufferers of St. Anthony's fire that caused painful skin eruptions, convulsions, and often death. Today it is known as ergotism, caused by the poisonous fungus that often attaches to rye. The cause was not known at the time. So I guess you could say that this disease was baked in. Very punny, Belliinghamster. So visitors can see all the panels. They are arranged in 3 tiers. The center of the first tier depicts the crucifixion.
Grunewald has created a truly gruesome depiction of suffering. The wing panels feature St. Sebastian and St. Anthony. The predella at the base pictures a grieving lamentation. Let's see the next tier of panels. Holy smoke! Amazing! In stark contrast to the crucifixion, a joyous nativity scene accompanied by the heavenly choir. Angels soar above Madonna and Child. The heavenly choir is portrayed in vivid color. They appear in a Gothic chapel serenading Madonna and Child. The Annunciation and Resurrection panels were positioned to accompany the Nativity on certain holy days. Today, they are exhibited on the reverse side of the crucifixion. Grunewald depicted the parable of the resurrection in vivid color that appears to make the skin glow. Painted 500 years ago, his mystical vision and inventive use of color was unparalleled. In the parable of the Annunciation, Mary is pictured in a Gothic church being visited by the angel Gabriel, telling her of the coming incarnation of Christ. Okay, let's go on to the final tier. The last tier features the carved wooden altarpiece by Nicholas Hogenauer. It portrays a bearded and enthroned St. Anthony in the center, flanked by standing figures of St. Jerome and St. Augustine. Below on the predella, Christ stands at the center of 12 seated apostles. Grunewald painted 2 wing panels to flank the sculptures. The left panel portrays the parable of St. Anthony visiting St. Paul in the desert. The right panel depicts the temptation of St. Anthony. Grunewald's imaginative rendering of horrific demons tormenting St. Anthony meant to mirror the physical and psychic suffering of the patients in the monastery hospital. Marianhamster. This visit has been so inspirational. Now we know why so many art historians say that one of the most important works of art of the Northern Renaissance is the Isenheim Alterpiece. It's getting late, but before we go, I want to get a souvenir. It's time to go to Google Earth and type in destination Bellingham, Washington, USA. We're home! Marianhamster, you made a good choice in souvenir from Alsace. Mandarin glasses and pitcher. Thank you, Belliinghamster. We are listening to a symphony by the 20th century German composer Paul Hindemith, titled Matthias der Maler, or Matthias the Painter. Matthias Grunewald's artistic achievements are relatively unknown to the world at large. So it has taken 500 years for Grunewald's magnificent work to be honored. Better late than never. Listen to the symphony as we sing Au revoir, mes amis. Bye.
He is so sexy when he speaks French.